Hello, and welcome to Spook Stories. Today we are going to read Bioshock, The Sister's Revenge.
You all know about the video game Bioshock, right? Where you play as some random Joe whose plane crashed in the middle of the ocean, and you go into that undersea dystopia rapture. You encounter the locals, those crazy splicers. Later into the game, you can harvest or save little sisters. Knowing that these were poor, innocent girls, I saved them. At first. Then I succumbed to greed. I'd harvested them. Seeing how much Adam I got, I decided to harvest all of them that were possible to harvest. After beating the final boss and getting the ending, I felt bad for harvesting the girls, but later forgot all about it. Once I heard there was a second Bioshock, I immediately needed it. I searched everywhere, but had no luck. Then I was searching on eBay. I found a copy. Everything looked normal about the game, except for the description. It read, "You shall be damned for your sins." Thinking it was simply a joke, and since I was so desperate, I bought it. It arrived a few days later, and I put it in my PS3. When it started loading, a message popped up, and that said, "Reading PS3 data. You have hurt our girls. For this you will pay." It was obviously a hacked game. I was curious, often a stupid mistake, seeing as I've watched some ordinary gamer's haunted gaming section. I should have known better, and decided to go forward. Once I reached the first big sister, my attacks didn't seem to affect her, and she killed me. Rather than being revived, the big sister kept stabbing Subject Delta's head. Of course, blood came out. Not hyper-realistic blood like in some of those stories. Just a video game blood. When I respawned, it wasn't in the Vita chamber. It was in a room with about 10 big sisters and Eleanor. Eleanor looked at the camera and me. I assumed. "You have hurt us. We are coming for you," said terribly impressed Eleanor. Then she smiled. She pointed to a splicer that was hung on the wall. "This will be you, when we get you, unless you complete our story the way it was meant to be told. This time, don't succumb to greed." Why am I British? I turned off my PS3 instantly, scared as hell. I put the game back on eBay, the same description as when I found it. Being the paranoid man that I am, I completed the game, saving every little sister, afraid of what might happen if I didn't. You best hope you don't end up with the game and harvested the little sisters in the first game, or you will pay. The end. Because no game has ever carried on save data from previous games.
You seem to like The Legend of Zelda, don't you? You like action games? Oh, so you've played Super Smash Bros. Melee before?
Never. Ever. A man chooses. A slave is stupid.